In the era of biotechnology, only 10 to 20% of people may remain without upgrades. By 2070, biotechnology and cybernetics will be an inseparable part of life. Common, affordable, and desirable. Most will willingly choose enhanced health, flawless memory, regeneration, ultra-sensitive sensors, and extended youth. Some will go even further, replacing their bodies entirely with synthetic ones. The line between human and technology will nearly vanish. Biomodified bodies, mathematically perfected proportions, absolute symmetry, a new beauty standard that will be hard to resist. Yet, there will still be those who choose the path of the pure body. But as upgrades become mandatory for employment, security, and military service, the unaltered will have fewer and fewer choices. Will society see them as relics of the past, or the last of the natural humans? But where does the natural end, and the artificial begin? Cyborgs. Are they the heroes of the future, or the harbingers of a new form of life? Augmentation isn't just about enhancement, it's about rebirth. Humanity has always sought to push beyond its limits. From primitive tools to exoskeletons, every innovation has expanded the realm of what's possible. But now, technology is no longer just an instrument, it is becoming a part of us. It is imperfect for now, yet it is already reshaping lives. Powerful corporations, government regulators, and economic elites will attempt to slow progress, steering it in directions that serve their interests. But time is irreversible. The next 50 years will be a turning point, the dawn of a biotech revolution that cannot be stopped. Medicine, ecology, industry, everything will change under the influence of genetic engineering, digital technology, and synthetic biology. In the real world, smart prosthetics already move at the will of thought. Bioelectronic implants restore hearing and enhance vision beyond human capability. For now, augmentation remains accessible only to those who need it. Patients, soldiers, and individuals pushing the limits of the human body. But what happens when technology doesn't just compensate for weaknesses, but upgrades us? The future of augmentation is not just about fixing, but evolving. Society is split. Some see biotechnology as the next step in human evolution. Others see it as a threat to what it means to be human. Neural implants already allow paralyzed patients to control computers with their thoughts. But this is only the beginning. Next comes the direct transmission of thoughts into the digital world. Memories, knowledge, and emotions seamlessly uploaded, stored, and shared. The brain is no longer confined to the skull. What happens when the mind can exist outside the body? Imagine a world where memory is no longer just recollection, but a file, editable, erasable, and reloadable. Implants could store life's moments with perfect accuracy, turning the past into a library that can be revisited at will. The line between mind and machine vanishes. We are witnessing neural interfaces that don't just connect us to computers, but merge consciousness with the network, creating a new level of intelligence that surpasses anything we've known. We are unlocking abilities once thought impossible: night vision, heightened taste receptors, robotic AI limbs seamlessly integrated into the body. The integration of humans and AI has begun. Hybrid intelligence expands the brain's capacity to unimaginable levels. People will link their minds to cloud networks, accessing limitless information in real time. Some see this as the future. Others see it as the ultimate loss of personal freedom. The body becomes limitless. Built-in health scanners will provide instant diagnostics. Medicine will shift from fighting disease to preventing it altogether. Nanobots, smaller than a single cell, will patrol the body, eliminating viruses and repairing tissue with perfect precision. Cell therapy will regenerate damaged tissues in minutes. Bioprinted organs, flawlessly engineered, will replace failing ones without the need for donors. 3D and 4D printing with living cells will make regeneration a reality. New skin, printed directly onto wounds, will accelerate healing. Corneas, crafted with cellular precision, will restore sight. Bioprosthetics made from living tissue will adapt to the body as if they had always been a part of it. Artificial organs, designed for peak efficiency, will surpass natural ones. A heart that never tires, eyes that see beyond the visible spectrum, lungs capable of breathing the toxic air of Mars. The new human will thrive in extreme conditions. This is not just an experiment, it's the key to medical security for long-term space missions. Robotic platforms like robotic stem cell biotech are already growing stem cells with 99% accuracy. Full-size transplant organs are being cultivated in laboratories. The era of donor shortages is ending. The precision of augmentation reaches nearly 100%, and for the first time, the term superhuman is spoken aloud. This is the age of pioneers, those who voluntarily reject the limitations of the human body. Soon, one will be able to choose infrared vision, superhuman strength, a memory as flawless as a machine's. Full cybernetic transformation is becoming reality. Genetic engineering is poised to eliminate hereditary diseases and even rewrite DNA, minimizing biological vulnerabilities. The human body becomes a platform, technology, an upgrade. CRISPR, the most powerful DNA editing tool, allows us to delete, modify, and replace genetic sequences. Scientists are already exploring ways to correct mutations within cells, paving the way for curing genetic disorders. Imagine erasing genetic defects as easily as fixing a coding error. Precision medicine will predict diseases before they appear, tailoring treatments on a cellular level. No more ineffective therapies, only targeted interventions. No more illness, only prevention before it even starts. The genome is no longer a fate, it is a blueprint. Digital twins, virtual models of patients, will simulate diseases and test treatments. Inherited diseases will fade into history. Through telomere manipulation, aging itself may be slowed or even halted. Human lifespans could stretch to 125 years. The next generation will not just be born, it will be engineered. The era of designer babies has arrived. Parents will select their child's appearance, intelligence, and even talents, whether artistic genius or scientific brilliance. Artificial wombs, ectogenesis, will replace natural pregnancy. High-tech biocapsules will nurture life in sterile, controlled environments. Human reproduction will no longer be bound by biology. Children will be conceived, grown, and monitored with absolute precision. No complications, no pain, just complete control over the process of life itself. Restoring ecosystems no longer requires centuries. Scientists are already bioprinting coral reefs, living structures that grow, adapt, and revive dying oceans. 3D printed marine landscapes will bring back biodiversity. Artificial fish sanctuaries, recreated mangrove forests, and even entirely new biomes. Ecosystems designed from scratch. If we can bioprint environments, one day we may print entire worlds. Imagine, synthetic biology is not just modifying nature, it's rebuilding it. Microorganisms are being designed to produce biofuels, biodegradable materials, and even medicine. Inside living cells, not factories. Instead of chemical plants, there will be bioreactors where bacteria, fungi, and even artificially designed cells produce materials, medicines, and fuel. Scientists will be able to create new forms of life, program cells to produce medicine, purify the environment, or even glow in the dark. They will design microorganisms capable of generating biofuels, biodegradable materials, and pharmaceuticals. Not in a lab, but within the cells themselves. DNA will become more than just the code of life. It will serve as a data storage medium. 1 gram of synthetic DNA can hold up to 1 exabyte of information. People will inherit the thoughts, messages, and experiences of their ancestors. Bioremediation will restore contaminated lands. Microscopic organisms will absorb oil spills and heavy metals, and composting systems and biofilters will transform waste into valuable resources. Genetically modified plants will extract toxins from the soil, acting as living filters that cleanse the planet. Bioplastics and enzyme catalysts will usher in a new era of production, where factories function like living organisms, and waste disappears without a trace. Experiments bordering on madness are already unfolding behind closed doors. The first volunteers are merging their minds with the network. Bioprosthetics are turning frail bodies into machines of strength and speed. Biomachines are learning, adapting. We are creating intelligence not from silicon, but from living tissue. Cryonics, a frozen hope for a second life. But what if life could be preserved not just in frozen bodies, but in encoded memories? DNA storage offers a way to safeguard human consciousness, just as cryonics seeks to safeguard the body, both chasing the dream of resurrection. Perhaps volunteers will soon embark on this one-way experiment. No one truly knows what is happening in the labs today, or what experiments we will only learn about years from now. Biohybrid robots, combining artificial intelligence with organic tissue, are evolving, adapting, and growing. This fusion could grant humanity incredible abilities, or lead to catastrophe. Camouflaged biorobots are being developed to observe nature, blending seamlessly into ecosystems, studying wildlife, tracking migration patterns, and restoring ecological balance. But what happens if they begin replacing natural species? If they become too efficient, outcompeting their biological counterparts? After biological disasters, natural catastrophes, and human-caused destruction, biorobots could restore ecosystems, cleanse contaminated zones, heal animals, and regenerate flora in places inaccessible to humans. The cities of the future will no longer be static. Buildings will breathe, grow, and even heal themselves. Self-repairing structures will absorb pollution, converting toxic air into oxygen. They won't just stand, they will live. Bioluminescent lighting will illuminate the night. Glowing trees, softly lit walls, and natural ambient light. Bacterial biobatteries already power entire buildings, and in the future, they may replace fossil fuels, supplying homes with clean, renewable energy. Bioluminescent robots are already appearing in exhibition halls, machines mimicking living tissue, glowing from within like deep-sea creatures. But if artificial bioluminescence is already a reality, how close are we to creating fully synthetic human skin? Enhanced cognitive abilities emerged through mutations that played a key role in the intelligence of Homo sapiens. In the future, such modifications could accelerate neural connections, increase processing speed, and sharpen information retention. Genetic alterations might enable telepathy or allow for the rapid acquisition of new languages. Gene editing could also control aging and cellular regeneration, to the extent of limb regrowth, like in lizards, or even the complete elimination of aging itself. Other mutations could impact bone density, making bones nearly unbreakable. Sensory perception could also be enhanced. Tetrachromacy, a rare mutation allowing some women to see a broader spectrum of colors, could be engineered to grant infrared and ultraviolet vision. Pain perception could be controlled. Some individuals already exist with genetic mutations preventing them from feeling pain, a trait that could be replicated and refined. Genetic integration with nanotechnology is one of the most promising frontiers. Photosynthesis in humans remains a hypothetical mutation, but embedding chloroplasts into skin cells could allow people to derive energy directly from sunlight, reducing the need for food. Even radical physical transformations could become possible. The temporary activation of embryonic gill structures might one day allow humans to breathe underwater. While some nations impose strict regulations, others turn biotechnology into a new path to dominance. The gap between those who can afford to modify their bodies and those who remain unchanged is widening. Biocapitalism takes hold. Corporations own prosthetics, neural interfaces, even organs. But what happens when old models become incompatible with new upgrades? And what if the biotechnology arms race spirals out of control? Militaries are already creating bionic super soldiers, faster, stronger, and more resilient than ordinary humans. But if such power falls into the wrong hands, the world could be on the brink of conflicts unlike any before. By 2070, biotechnology will not just be a tool. It will be the foundation of civilization. 40% of global healthcare and a quarter of industrial production will rely on genetic engineering, synthetic organisms, and living factories. We are no longer merely adapting to the world, we are reshaping ourselves to fit the future. And yet, we still cling to old paradigms, hiding behind postmodern irony, afraid to acknowledge the inevitable. The world is changing faster than we are ready to comprehend, and perhaps faster than we are willing to accept. No one knows the true cost of this transformation, or how far we are willing to go. Only a choice remains: stay human, or become something more. If you found this helpful, like, subscribe, and leave a comment. See you soon in the next video.